So today I'm going to take a look at this BBC News article. We can see from the headline it says that there was a dietitian who didn't know where the intestines were. So this is from the 18th of March this year, and it says that this African woman, I'm not going to try and pronounce her name because I'm sure I'll get it wrong, was sacked in August 2024 after an investigation found she was unable to answer some basic questions about anatomy or how to help patients manage common conditions. It says that here it says that she'd applied for a job and was the only applicant in September 2023. And then if we go a bit further, it says that she was hired on the 19th of February 2024, and she's come from Nigeria. Now, we already know, at least based on this article in The Guardian from 14th of Feb 2024, that there was industrial scale fraud going on with nurses and other healthcare workers in Nigeria who basically got, well, they say proxies to pass a test in Nigeria. Presumably that just means that they paid somebody who is qualified to take the test and pass it for them. Now, obviously, this article here was after that previous woman was interviewed for the role as dietitian. But we know that there's a lot of problems with various kind of scams anyway from Nigeria. So there's certainly plenty of reason to be a little bit concerned about anybody who's applying from there. Now, what struck me about this article is they go on to talk about how concerns were raised by senior staff pretty soon after she started work. But the question to me is why, during the interview process, that she wasn't given a few probing questions about her knowledge, or possibly even a written test to take at the time. Given that we know that Nigeria is a potential cause of concern with fraudulent fraudulent activity for jobs and other things, it would seem a bit of basic due diligence. I mean, certainly when I worked in IT, when we were interviewing people, we often would at least just probe them with a few questions to see if the knowledge that they'd put on their CV was real or not. Just a few questions to see whether they knew things that which they should do. In some cases, actually, when we were using people from an Indian consultancy that were being supplied to us, we actually ended up giving written tests because of the initial poor quality of people they'd sent over. But I mean, even prior to that, in other places I've worked, is we sometimes gave written programming tests or other kind of technical tests, and certainly I've been to jobs where I've had to do those as well. Now, given that this is the NHS, the National Health Service that we're talking about, and people's health is at stake, you would have thought that a bit of basic due diligence would have been done. So it kind of really surprised me that this person wasn't flagged as an issue at the interview stage. It does go on at some point to say that she was actually the only applicant. So I don't know whether there was a bit of desperation in hiring her, but to me, I hope the NHS has learned some lessons here that with candidates from countries that are known for fraudulent activity with job applications and other things, a bit of basic testing of their knowledge is done. I mean, I really find it quite shocking that this woman's lack of knowledge wasn't picked up at the interview stage.